So ever since I've bought the Sony ZV1, I've been on a quest to get the best travel gimbal. You know, the stabilisation in the ZV1 isn't the best, and I don't like carrying around big heavy equipment, so I've found the Zhiyun Crane M2, which promises to be a small and lightweight gimbal, but is it any good? Let's do some test shots around Cornwall. So the Zhiyun Crane M2 is a really compact gimbal which fits really nicely into your bag. So its dimensions are 267mm by 69mm by 138mm, and it weighs only 500 grams, which is really lightweight for a gimbal of this size and power. You can connect it to multiple devices, including compact cameras like the Sony ZV1 we're using, light mirrorless cameras like the A6400 with a kit lens, and even mobile phones, so you could use your iPhone too. Now, just bear in mind, the maximum payload is 720 grams for this gimbal. So this does mean if you are using something like the A6400, you'll only be able to use the kit lens, and you can't use a lens like the Sigma 16mm lens. So even though the Crane M2 is a small gimbal, you still get lots of different modes. First of all, you've got the PF mode, which is the pan follow mode, and the camera pans as you turn the gimbal left and right. This is the one you'll be using most of the time. L mode means lock mode, and the camera direction is locked so you won't miss a shot in any situation. There's also POV mode, which allows 360-degree synchronous movements across all of the axis. The V means vortex mode, and this gives you the freedom to do some 360-degree barrel shots, which look really cool if you're walking down a street or through an alleyway. And then there's go mode. I'd recommend using this for sports, or if you're filming something like skateboarding where you need to move the camera and the gimbal very, very fast. The motors work much faster in this mode, and they'll follow you much more quickly than they will in PF or the lock modes. Also, if you triple tap the trigger, you can put the gimbal into selfie mode. So this is handy if you're walking through some streets and you want to do a little piece to camera. So you're facing yourself, and then you can triple tap the trigger again, and then it will spin around again so you can face forward, which is really cool. So we've just come to this point here. This is just near St Ives Bay in Cornwall. It's absolutely beautiful. The sea is so clear. It's just such a beautiful day. We thought it was going to rain today, and you couldn't get weather better than this. So I'll show you around. So one thing about this, you definitely couldn't get shots this stable handheld on rocks like this. I'm just going to run across it and show you what it looks like now. So let's try this. Let's put the camera forward and let's go. Let's run forward. Try not to fall as we go. How steady is that? So that's a look at the Crane M2 gimbal, and if I'm honest, I really do like this gimbal. You know, I'm a bit of a lazy filmmaker at times, and I've often, like you, probably rushed out to get a gimbal because you want those super smooth shots. But when you get a big hefty gimbal, you know, there's a lot of stabilizing you have to do and balancing first, and then if you change the lens, you have to kind of balance the gimbal once again, and it can be a bit of a pain. So what I like about this is that it's very, very small. You can actually lock the gimbal in place if you take the camera off, so it's easy to put the camera back on and get on with your filming. But I just love how small this is. I mean, you know, it's smaller than my hand, which means it fits perfectly in any bag. And I think you'll agree the shots coming out of this gimbal are really, really good. You know, the ZV1 has a bit of stabilisation built into it, but it's not the best. So this really takes it to the next level. So I would definitely recommend this gimbal, but let me know what you think of this in the comments section below. And if you want to see us do any more tests with this gimbal, let us know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.